Often his requests were punished with a slapping, for he had offended the honor of the Japanese army. Soon after we arrived, our camp commandant was changed for the worse, we thought, until we began to learn better. Captain Fleming was not as diplomatic as we would have liked him to be. He was young, with a boyish impulsiveness that the years to come will, we fear, replace with suavity. The impressive, exclusive dignity of First Lieutenant Asaka refused all interviews with his prisoner captain. Orders, and there are many with the Japanese, came through the camp interpreter. We came to regard Lieutenant Asaka with mixed feelings. Although he was tough, frozen-faced, and more of a stickler for the proprieties than most Japanese officers, we began to realize that he was trying to take good care of us. We know the doctors worked well with him. Captain Fleming he outwardly ignored, yet he must have influenced him, and our lot began to be a bit easier. Our weaker men could talk of nothing but food, food, and more food. The topic was all-absorbing. Our stronger men fought against it. If you talked too much about food, your mind would stray into a world of half-darkness peopled with bakery shops, grocery stores, and soda fountains. While handling heavy machinery in the Yama, you might slip and cripple a comrade in your trance. Whenever we got a chance to talk to Captain Fleming, we would try to bring the conversation around to the one burning, important thing that preyed so continually on our waking and sleeping thoughts. Always he gently steered us away from it. He tried his best to stop the black market and to curb the big dealers among us. It was hopeless, but he never stopped trying. We were always ashamed of ourselves for this weakness, but so many of us took the attitude, if I don't trim this sucker, someone else will. It was the old dog-eat-dog, so familiar to all of us. It is a side of our character I would like to forget. Toward the end, we got a new senior prisoner officer, Lieutenant Colonel A.J. Walker, U.S. Air Force, a grave, austere type of Army officer. A good man he was, one of the best. How well I remember the night he quietly talked the guards out of torturing some of us over some petty trash discovered by the sergeant of the guard in our barracks. As we stood with our heavy trash boxes over our heads, arms aching, he came out and slowly said, "Lower your burdens. The sentries will not beat you while I am here." This fellow was good, but we still think Captain Fleming was better. For by now, we had begun to really understand all that he had been doing for us. There was no let-up in his industry, for he now had more time to work with tortured minds, fighting to resist the almost irresistible drag down into the half-world of dreams of food. Then, like a great clap of thunder, came the news of surrender. Lieutenant Asaka told Captain Fleming, who passed it on to us. There was to be no yelling or cheering. There was none. 2 days later came a ceremony of quiet dignity. Asaka told us the official news, and we gave him a perfunctory hand-clapping. Our lieutenant colonel took full command, with Captain Fleming as his adjutant. Our guards left. We took their rifles. For a few days we saluted our officers. It was a long withdrawn privilege. Now we could show our own form of military respect. I am ashamed to relate that in a few days the novelty wore off and we saluted our own American officers no more. But Asaka, the Japanese, silent and inscrutable, who remained with us without his samurai sword, we saluted to the last. Our final glimpse of Captain Fleming was in the railroad station in Shimagawa, telling Asaka goodbye. His step was still springy, his boyish face ablaze with the happiness that was his, for he was soon to meet his wife and the little son whom he had never seen. I heard that in Manila he was able to give the War Crimes Commission an elaborate set of records that he had kept day by day of all the food we had received, worked out to the last fraction of a kilogram per man, all medicines and all the clothing. He risked death to keep such records. We all knew of them, but I thought in the delirium of release